The woman held the key in her hand and scratched a long mark on the car's body. She wasn't worried that the car owner would find her. The car belonged to her unfaithful husband. As the sharp, screeching sound rang out, she felt that the anger building up inside her over the past few days had faded a lot. Even though she had given her husband many chances to confess, he still chose to keep deceiving her. So now, she had finally made up her mind to divorce him. Her husband had no idea that she had discovered his secret. She quickly went to consult a lawyer about the divorce. She realized that she didn't even know how much her husband owned. Although she didn't care much about money, Gemma didn't want these assets to eventually fall into the hands of the man who destroyed her happy family. After listening to the lawyer's advice, she decided to secretly investigate her husband's assets. But before that, she had to pretend she didn't know about her husband's affair. That evening, Gemma arranged to meet Neil from the asset management company to first find out about her husband's financial situation. However, she didn't expect that her neighbor Neil would completely misunderstand her intentions. He mistakenly thought that Gemma was interested in him. In order to achieve her goals, Gemma hardly hesitated and followed Neil to the room he had already reserved. Neil believed that doing this wouldn't make him feel guilty towards his wife Anna. After confirming that Neil simply wanted to have her and had planned to divorce, Gemma agreed to the deal without hesitation. She had always thought her marriage was without betrayal, but because of her husband's infidelity, she ended up being with another man. The next morning, Gemma woke up early and got everything ready to leave. Neil looked at her cold, indifferent demeanor and felt confused, not knowing what she was really after. Until Gemma spoke and said what she wanted.
If you're asking me to lie, I want something to make up for it.
Like what?
Simon's accounts. His personal and business, copies of everything stretching back the last 3 years. Every detail, not just the official stuff. I'm going to have them looked at, so don't try and hide anything.
Gemma, that's a lot of work.
I want them this afternoon.
If Neil didn't give her what she wanted in the afternoon, she would tell his wife Anna about it. She wasn't going to hide anything from Anna. At this moment, Neil finally realized that he had fallen into Gemma's trap. He couldn't understand what Gemma really wanted, but Gemma hadn't told him it was all for a divorce. Soon, Gemma returned home. She looked at this home and felt a wave of inexplicable fatigue. So she lay down on the sofa and rested for a while. In the afternoon, Neil promptly prepared all the documents and handed them to Gemma. It was at this point that she realized their family's financial situation was already in great danger. Simon had not only drained years of savings and the inheritance left by his parents, but had also forged his own signature to mortgage their current house. Fortunately, Simon had recently received a $1 million investment from a company called Bashi, which allowed the halted renovation project to resume. As long as these apartments were built and sold successfully, their financial problems would be resolved. But if Bashi company suddenly stopped investing, they would go bankrupt within a week. Through Neil's explanation, Gemma finally understood the doubts that had been on her mind for days. It turned out that Simon neither agreed to Kate's abortion nor suggested a divorce. In fact, he was waiting for this opportunity to make money. At this moment, Gemma was unusually calm. For her, this might be the best opportunity to make Simon lose everything.